Today we're looking at Analyze MyPerformance OEE monitor on Siemens cloud platform called MindSphere. Analyze MyPerformance is an application that looks at the big data. How does your machine compare to this week versus last week, last month, last quarter, last year, etc. Looking into the application, we are seeing three different tabs: performance monitoring, utilization planning, and production quality. Utilization planning is a application that we define the schedules for each respective machines. So we can see the applied plan, edit plans, and assign plans. Applied plans are really just looking at what the machine's current schedule would be. Editing plans is, as it expects, you can edit the plans. And assigning plans is taking existing plans, template files, for example, and assigning them to their respective machines. Within the asset list, we can see here all the machines that you can kind of assign plans to, or whatever machines that are connected currently to Analyze MyPerformance. Clicking on the template, you can then see the available templates that we can use for its respective machines. So if you notice, there's four different colors. We have working, break, free time, and maintenance. Each one of those colors will represent its respective time or expected schedule during that typical day. Working obviously is working, but then you can also see that we have different shifts throughout the working day. So shift 1 versus shift 2. And this is kind of designed to replicate a theoretical, realistic work cycle. So you can throw in free time, throw in expected maintenance schedule, cleaning schedules, things like that. Jumping out of navigation view, we can see the production quality. This is nice just to define the expected workpiece totals that are being manufactured on a given day. So you have your expected start time, your expected end time, the total scrap pieces or total pieces that have been manufactured throughout the day. We can also jump into the action required tab, which you can see which shifts, for example, have not entered any data. So shift 1 and shift 2 on any specific day might not be entering the data to correlate to the actual production quality of their respective shift. And the last tab here we have on navigation view is something called performance monitoring. Just like the Manage My Machines application, we can see an overview of machines on the shop floor. The little tab next to the the arrow pointing to the right indicates that you can dive in deeper. So this would be a group of machines essentially. So you can see maybe there's like a bottleneck or a high priority group that is designed to showcase essentially how productive that group is being. But we can also dive in and see the specific machine itself. Within machine status, you can look at the theoretical work plan versus the actual work plan. This correlates back to the shop floor scheduling. So when you're expected to work 24 hours a day and you only work 8 hours a day, that's 1/3 of the potential time. And this kind of adds up over the course of weeks and months and years. So it's really important to kind of define that theoretical schedule. This is what we're expecting to machine. This is what we're expected to perform on a given day. And then it's also interesting to look at how does it actually compare. And that really just, it asks the question of what is occurring on the shop floor. Why is there such a discrepancy between what we're expecting versus what is actually happening? And that's the power of transparency. That's the power of looking at data and digitalization and the idea of really identifying where there is potential growth, where there is potential for your machines to perform better on the shop floor. Here we're just looking at the custom date, so you can define, if you're not interested in the weeks, months, years, you can also define a custom date that might be interesting to you. But yeah, that's pretty much Analyze My Performance. I hope that it was interesting and informative. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or reach out to me. I'm happy to help and answer in any way. Thank you so much.